this.
That's Jeff Soul on the beat cooking up that heat.
Alright, last week we did Zoom. Fuck Zoom.
We back. Back in studio.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
What's up?
We got drops now. This is Keep Elevated. Welcome. This is episode 5.
Damn.
Yeah, man, we've been doing this for a while. How y'all feeling, man? How's your weeks going?
Man, that was a quick 5 episodes.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, week's been long. It's only Wednesday. My God.
Hey, I'm ready for that weekend, bro.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Thank you for the beers.
Absolutely.
Yes. Can't say what brand it is because they ain't cut that check.
Yeah, we'll look them up.
But
Adam.
it is a Texas local though. We do support local businesses.
That's right.
But they got to support us back too.
That's right.
You feel me?
There'll be a lot of that. I can tell.
I'm glad to have my own mic back though.
That's right.
Matt
That
had my
sounded
mic
good
last week.
Dog, you was sounding like you was on the prison
Matt was
check-in.
like in the
Crispy
room.
last
Yeah,
week.
you know, I was all crackly. I was in a submarine. Man, I was sick.
Dog.
Don't buy your mics off Amazon, people.
Hey, man. We got ours off
Yeah, I
Amazon.
got my from
Oh,
Amazon.
shit. Well, don't go cheap on Amazon.
Yeah, don't
you
go
know,
too cheap.
gotta
Man.
invest.
Don't
You
go
get
too
what you
cheap.
pay for.
Invest a little bit into this. You know, if you're gonna do this, at least sound like you're in the room.
I like to sound mysterious. No? Okay.
Yeah, man. The week's been kind of long on my end, but we getting over the hump. I'm ready for the weekend. Speaking of, before we get to these hot topics, for these hot takes for that ass,
Pause.
you got a birthday coming up.
Oh, shit. I do have a birthday coming up.
Yeah.
Doing absolutely nothing. I actually thought about it all week. I can't figure out no plans. COVID picking up.
This man said he's doing nothing.
I mean, just pick a bar. We'll be good, bro.
Yeah, we can pick a bar. Probably, maybe we can go out Friday afterwards. How y'all feel? I figured it out. We can go to Legacy or something.
I got another thing on Friday, to be honest.
Say word.
All right, cool.
Okay.
But maybe I can come later.
Hey, we'll figure that out.
Man, I actually had plans to sleep. Going out works too, but we'll see. 32 is an old age, man, in my life.
Dog, stop
You know
it.
what I mean, with 2 kids, I'm tired, bro.
Stop it.
A nap is a birthday gift.
Now, naps. And we don't need to start here.
Naps. I take
But
that.
naps.
Take naps.
Dog. When I got old enough to realize how much I played myself as a child not taking all the naps,
Tell him. Preach.
I be telling my son, man, you don't want this life. You don't want this life. Take you a nap. Enjoy it. Because you are going to be older longer than you're younger.
You're gonna miss me a little.
Bro, like the last 5 days or so, I've gone to bed before midnight every night.
Before midnight.
Yeah. That's like that's unique for me. I'm kind of an insomniac on the low. Like
Really?
2-3 a.m. is like my standard.
That's my wake up time, for real.
I don't know how you do
Shit.
I go to sleep at 9 o'clock.
that. I don't know how you do that.
How you go to sleep at 9 but you waking up at 2, 3?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's
That's,
normal.
sounds
That's bad
disgusting.
choices.
Yeah.
I'm a early bird.
That's beyond an early bird. That is that's
Adult TV ain't even on yet. I'm
the
asleep.
vampire. You getting repeats of yesterday's news.
It's bad, man.
Oh man, so let's get this going, man. Let's start local. Since we support local, let's start local.
Before we get into that, I got one little note.
Okay.
All right, so just a quick edit to last week's episode.
Okay.
So my parents listened to the podcast, right? If you recall, I gave a story about me breaking my arm when I was 7,
Yes.
right? And they thought that it wasn't broken, and so they kept me at home all night. Well, my mom sent me a text talking about stop the cap. So let me go ahead and read her words verbatim, just so I don't miss anything here.
Yeah.
Let me find the thread. Hold on,
Let's stick to the facts.
because we don't want to have any false reporting out here. Okay, let's
Definitely
see.
not.
All right, she said, quote unquote, "We did believe your arm might be broken, but we would have had to wait hours in the ER. So we thought we could see your doctor the next morning in the same amount of time. We thought you'd be more comfortable at home than sitting in a hard chair." End quote.
Put some respect on my name.
I'm still going to call cap on that, though. Personally, we should have been out of the house. ER would have been fine.
On the cool, moms came through on the text and said,
He lied!
That's that 1997 logic. Or 98, whatever it was.
it would have took just as long, so we figured we'd just stay at home.
Take some tussin, he'll be alright.
Put some tussin on it, man.
Yeah. 12 hours at the ER? I don't know about that one. That's a little steep. If you would have told me 3 hours, okay, cool. But 12 hours?
You're doing 12 hours at the ER if you don't have insurance.
Which they did.
True.
Which they did. My mother's a government employee. She definitely got solid insurance.
No, you told us that it was 2 floors and it was marble floors. We know
that was the second time.
We know they had insurance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Hey man. But local news. Our girl, Sha'Carri. She came through. Everybody was rallying behind her. You know, how could you tell her not to run when she smoked weed? And I still stand by that.
Same.
I still stand by that. But then there was, I think there was a little bit of the feeling of oneself.
Oh yeah.
With all the support. Yeah. With the commercials. Yeah. With the Kanye shout outs. With the every celebrity shout outs.
Yeah.
You know, you might start to feel like, you know what? I am that.
That head was a little bit big there on those shoulders.
And you know, there was somebody who I believe heard once said, humility will take you where talent won't. Now, I don't know if that works in racing, but it will save you from catching these darts when you don't live up to the hype.
But you know what pissed me off? There were no darts. Nobody was, like, anybody else would have got clowned.
The darts that she is catching is she talked cash shit. Big shit. Yeah. And then she lost. Anybody can lose.
She didn't just lose, bro. She got smoked.
Dusted.
Now
she got
I call cap on that.
She got 9th place out of 9th.
I call cap on that. Here's why. The time between 1st and 9th in a race like that is like a second and a half.
But that's a long ass time, though.
It's a L. She took the L. And yeah, she took the bad L because she came in last place. But to say she got smoked, I get. You know what? I guess in
the
racing,
10-second race, in a second and a half, you getting smoked, bro.
I guess, yeah.
You
in that,
smoke.
I guess in
and
that,
if you watch
that's almost 20% right there.
Technically, yeah, it holds up. I guess to that. I'll give it up to that. But when people say smoke, though, man, it sounds like the person who was in 8th place crossed the line. And people was just watching like, damn. So like she finished like 0.3 behind
8th, sure.
Behind 8th.
But 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, smoke. Those Jamaicans were smoking that Sha'Carri pack. All right? Smoking on that pack.
On that carry pack.
And then on top of that, she got smoked. She's in 9th place. All the cameras are interviewing her. Mm-hmm. Like, in what world does the loser get interviewed to that extent?
Because she had the biggest name.
It's crazy.
Well, she had the biggest name at the moment. Not the biggest name overall. Because everybody knew. Anybody who followed racing were saying, hey, them Jamaicans, they got it. Guarantee you.
Jamaican 1,
Jamaican 2, and Jamaican 3, and I only call them that because I don't know their names, we're going to get 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. And what happened? Boom. Jamaican 1, Jamaican 2, and Jamaican 3 got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. It was called.
Just like the Olympics.
Way before. But what made it worse for her is the post-race interview. The post-race interview made it seem like she had this chip on her shoulder and there was still like the lack of humility. Yeah. Now, if she would have said something along the lines of, hey, I took the L, you know, but I'll be back because I know my talent. If she would have kept it like that, you can still have your belief in yourself, still kind of have that edge to you, but still be humble with it because you know you just took the loss. she ain't really had that.
I mean,
What did she say though? Because I missed it.
I didn't even listen to it, to be honest.
Man, she was saying how, people was, and I'm paraphrasing, she was like, people don't believe in her. She's the 6th fastest woman in the world, and how, you could talk all that shit, but she's still gonna be here. She gonna be back.
She'll be there in 9th place. Yeah.
I mean, look,
Getting dusted.
that's granted. I believe you can appreciate the belief in yourself and the fact that you will be back.
Yeah.
If not for nothing, it's because your name brings eyes, and that is always going to work for somebody until it doesn't. But as long as if your name brings eyes, somebody's going to find a spot for you.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just like how Tim Tebow got a spot. His name brung some eyes, and then there's they got out of that what they needed. And it's like
that was favoritism.
You can get out of here.
Borderline nepotism to the extreme. But anyway, I respect Sha'Carri to the extent that her name, when she first burst onto the scene, she was being that cocky person, saying, "I'm that girl. I'm that girl." That was her catchphrase. And so she kept that same energy when she got smoked, so respect. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you did get smoked. And now she's like throwing darts at everybody else. Like Allison Felix came to her defense talking about, "Hey, girl, keep your head up, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Oh, people who give you words of affirmation on a talk show, that's like so fake," or whatever she said, like on her IG story. Like, you don't come for Allison Felix of all people.
See?
She got her feelings right now.
Yeah, that's being in the feelings. That's, that gets into being caught up on yourself. And it's like, you got to know, at times you got to know how to play the game. That's where things become politics. Because Allison Felix, guarantee you, she has more pull in that world than Sha'Carri does.
Absolutely.
And
I'm going to look up her resume. Let's see what we got.
You know what I mean? And when you have that name and you have that influence, you can make things happen or make things not happen for people.
On my side, I'm really just upset nobody clowned her.
She's been getting clowned.
She's getting clowned.
She's been, hell yeah.
They clowned the hell out of her now, boy.
All I see is, she'll be back.
No.
All this proud
look,
shit.
for everybody
that's a very clownable moment.
For everybody that you've seen showing her sympathy, there was at least 4 or 5 people saying, "Damn, homie."
All right, so just to read off Allison Felix's resume real quick for those who may not be familiar with what she brings to the table. So, just Olympics right here. So, 08 Beijing gold in the 4x400 relay, gold in 2012 London 200 meter, gold in London with the relay again, gold again with another relay in 2012, 16 relay gold, 16 400 relay gold, 2020 400 relay gold, a few silvers here in 04, 08, 16, and a bronze in 2020. So hella gold.
Hella gold.
7 golds, 3 silvers, and 1 bronze at the Olympics. At the World Championships, 13 first, 3 second, 2 third. Overall, in all competitions in the world, 27 first place finishes, 8 second place finishes, and 5 third place finishes. She has more first place finishes than Sha'Carri Richardson has been alive. Years of life. And
how old is Sha'Carri?
She's 21.
21. See, and I'm gonna shoot her some bail based off of that. I'm gonna shoot her some bail, cause she's young. I'm pretty sure, knowing where she's come up, she's had the odds stacked against her. She's got to where she's gotten to. Mm-hmm. She's probably been told plenty of times you ain't gonna be shit. Probably been told a lot of times that it's not gonna work out for you. I'll shoot her some bail off for that. So, I you know what I'm saying, still clap it up for her.
Yeah, she's probably fairly good with that. Too.
Yeah, of course. Of course. This is new to her.
This
is new to her. This is new. But I'm sure she'll be back. Hopefully doing better than 9th place.
9th out of 9, just to reiterate that fact.
If she finishes in the top 5 spaces coming back, then she'd be all right.
You got to be at the top of your game, top of your craft in order to get recognition. So if you're getting 9th out of 9, And then on top of that, maybe you come up to 5th. You are a black woman. You got the fake nails. You got the weave. Your image does not fit what America wants you to look like.
Right.
Her window.
People were calling her the second coming of FloJo.
Yeah, her window might be closing a little bit rapidly.
I don't know though, because if she keeps this energy, like people like a villain too. They're gonna watch her to watch her lose too. You know what I mean? So if she keeps that energy and her image, you know what I mean. If she keeps dissing Jamaicans, other black people, she's gonna get that villain image, and then people are gonna want to watch her lose. So she'll still be racist.
If she wants to be a good villain, she got to go after white people. I can't have her going after the sisters, man.
That's how
Are there any white sprinters, like men or women, like that are notable?
White, yeah.
I don't know.
They the bodybuilders.
They got the swimmers.
Yeah, they got the Michael Phelps.
Well, hey, we'll see what comes of it, man. We'll see what comes of it. But moving on.
She'll always have Kanye at least. So.
She'll always have
that.
Kanye.
Yeah. Change his name.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Speaking
of, before we move on, that album is not dropping whenever he says that it's dropping. And Jay-Z got to be tight. Because for the last few years, Jay has not sent in a verse until it's like the week of. And then he sends the verse in. He plays it at the premiere thing. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be amazing! I can't wait till we can hear it in in whatever quality." And then delayed.
Yeah.
And then delayed.
That meme change it from Donda to Donde.
Yeah.
Shit's hilarious, bro. But yeah, he's doing everything besides making music. Like I saw on Twitter, I think yesterday, he's like reconstructing his childhood home.
Yeah.
On Soldier Field for some other album listening party.
For the next release party premiere thing, they recreated his childhood home to be in the middle of the field.
We just want the hits, bro.
I just
release the
music,
album,
man.
He petty for dropping that address though.
Oh yeah,
unnecessary.
Hey man, Drake said took a left, made a right. It's on site. He said, but you live over here, so somebody else might feel the same about you. But speaking of Olympic Games, speaking of challenges, speaking of people overcoming and falling to the pressure, when are we going to have the Keep Elevated crate challenge?
Shit. No damn crates.
I'm legitimately surprised that this is like taking off to the extent that it did, like from the hoods. Like, this is some jackass type shit.
The obvious stupidity.
I guess it's called black ass now, but
well,
Black
doing it too, though. Yeah.
Man, there was a time where like challenges that put your life in danger were just happening all the time, like the second floor challenge. You remember that one?
no.
People jumping off the second floor stuff.
Jesus Christ.
There was a kid in a school who is on camera. He goes up to the what would you call it when you're indoors and there's a second floor, but there's like a barrier so you can look down. What do you call that? Balcony. Thank you. He walks up to the balcony and there's a teacher saying, "Don't do it." And he climbs over and he hops off. Broke his leg.
Of course.
Because floors in the school are like super solid. But yeah,
that's crazy.
The crate challenge though, man, there's been some amazing videos that's come out. Like, you have all sides of this. You got the neighborhood alcoholics getting to like step number 3 and tumbling over. You got people kicking them when somebody's at the top. But at the same time, you have amazing imagery of blackness going on. Did y'all see the girl in the heels that did it?
That was impressive.
That was fire.
That was impressive.
I wish I had her @name. I would shout her out right now.
That's a different chat, though. Yeah. Take that out.
So, I saw that one second. There was a homie, dude, I'll say. He did it while rolling a joint.
Oh, yeah.
Got to the end, lit it, smoked and took that last step. I said, that guy's going places.
That's impressive.
That was impressive.
On the other end, I saw a pregnant woman fall off.
No.
Oh, come on, man. That's just not intelligent.
He needs some milk.
Nah, I've broken enough bones in my day. I will never attempt that. I have no desire to attempt that.
It's very dumb.
It's so dumb.
Damn. Yeah, but like, where did all these crates come from? That's been the realest question I've seen.
Where do you find crates?
Tinfoil says CIA dropping them off, trying to fuck up the black community.
Government,
sanctioned
crates. Oh, we getting deep now. We getting deep. The government is dropping crates in the hood.
Alphabet boys are out here, always watching, bro.
The government are dropping crates in the hood because they know a lot of them don't have medical insurance.
Facts.
Causing them to injure themselves and not be on the front lines.
Facts. And there's no ICU beds available because COVID spikes going crazy. Stay woke. Open your third eye, people.
Stay woke. Ladies and gentlemen, protect yourself. Be safe, though. Protect your neck. Protect your back.
I saw one today. The NFL Colts mascot did it. And I was like, all right, we've reached full gentrification at this point now. He didn't make it. He kind of cheated on the top step. He didn't really stand all the way up. He kind of like just hopped real fast, kept his knees bent.
Was he on the field when he did it?
Yep, on the field.
See, hold on. So that's in line with what I wanted to get to. There was somebody, white guy. He's in a gym and he did it. Gets to the top. He's lifting weights with it.
I saw that one. Yeah.
And then he gets down, and the people are, cheering him on and stuff. Somebody said the people who are doing this, the black people who initiated this, who are doing this in the hood, granted, it's still stupid, but they're doing this on like unleveled ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Meanwhile, he's in a leveled ground. He's in a gym. It's air conditioned. There's no wind factor.
No elements.
It was like, this is the perfect illustration of white privilege.
Wow, that's deep. But can we talk about how stupidly dangerous that is, though? Like, if both fell and them dumbbells busted his two friends in the
Oh, man. If he fell and they landed on him.
No.
Even so, like, come on, dude.
Damn.
There was also like some white lady on the Hollywood Walk of Fame that I saw today. She had like bubble wrap on the sides though. It's like, hey, at least you're taking some precautions because that sidewalk will
safely stupid.
These falls
be
like
painful,
hurt,
bro. Like I don't know. I cannot do it.
Dog.
Getting the crates kicked out from under you on top
There's
of
a
that.
fight. If you kick Monday,
Nah,
we're
man.
swinging.
Nah.
Once your concussion wears off, where are you at?
Man.
I'm gonna fight all four of you right now.
Nah, man. I'd have to come back over there like homie off above the rim when they lost and he pulled the gun out of his back.
Hell yeah.
Man, there was this woman who was white woman, looked like she was like hella drunk. She was probably like the neighborhood smoker. She got to the top of it and then she fell and everybody's like, oh, that's crazy. And then it was like, oh shit. Her arm was like in a Z shape.
Oh,
That was bad.
Oh man. See, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't explain why people do these things, and there's videos all over the place and you see people hurting themselves. And then it's like, that's what I gotta do. I don't get it.
Remember the cinnamon challenge? The Tide Pod the kids was doing?
Bro.
Like, why?
I don't know.
Oh man, 10 internet challenges in 2019 that never should have happened. Hold up. Here we go. Tide Pod challenge.
There it is.
Oh, the fire challenge. Y'all remember that one?
Whatever.
So it involves people being doused in some sort of flammable liquid like nail polish remover or rubbing alcohol, then having someone set them on fire for a few seconds.
What?
I missed that one, I guess. That's stupid as hell, though.
The Bird Box challenge, vacuum challenge. I don't know what that was.
Bro, what?
Sunburn tattoo challenge.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Oh, actually, I think I remember that one. Yeah.
Lip glue challenge. Oh man, y'all remember the girl who put the gorilla glue in there?
She's famous now.
Man, oh dog.
Terrible.
I wish there was an explanation. See, this is why the aliens don't really show themselves. You want to talk about tinfoil? That's some tinfoil for you. The aliens keep looking at us. They keep coming back every now and again. It's like, let's see if they got it right this time. They're eating Tide Pods. Let's come back in like another 10 years. Hey, man. I just see that they're eating cinnamon. Let's just push that back already. But let's kind of switch gears here. And we had some late breaking news, but at least originally, everybody's favorite website, OnlyFans, announced on the 1st of October that they would ban all sexually explicit content from their website. Basically, it was a money move because their investors were like, "Nah, we ain't with that. We're trying to move on to other things for this platform. We don't want to be Pornhub. We don't want to be X videos. We don't want to be Spank Bank.
Keep going.
We don't want to be." These are all references from Twitter. And I mean, it was immediate uproar.
Oh yeah.
Folks lost their mind. Oh my God! All the sex workers version of Black Lives Matter was hitting the pavement on the timeline.
Big facts.
I am curious what that other content they thought was coming out was, because all they do is titties. That's all they know.
They were still gonna allow titties. You just couldn't have like porn. Like you can still have nudes, but you couldn't. I don't think you could like masturbate or have full on intercourse and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if you just wanted to have a video of yourself shaking your titties, I mean that was still in bounds, but your customer base is probably going to shrink pretty substantially.
Yeah, I mean, if you're paying for Playboy and you end up getting Cinemax, you're not going to be as interested. And I mean, look. Sometimes, and I get it, it probably wasn't their plan to be this platform. It probably wasn't their goal to be the hub for amateur pornography. Sometimes you got to switch your plans up. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to accept where you are and be like, hey, we didn't even plan on this. We tripped and fell into this. Let's run it up.
Man. What was their original intent?
It was a place for people who have fans to get exclusive you know what? OnlyFans was originally supposed to be like a competitor to Patreon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, and if you don't know what Patreon is a site that people use where you can have exclusive content. You have tiers that people can pay for. So, for instance, if you have some of my favorite podcasts have Patreons. So, if you're paying like $5 a month, you may get an extra episode. And maybe like early access to tickets if they do like a live show. If you're paying $15, you'll get maybe 2 extra episodes. Early access to merch and those tickets, discounts, all kinds of stuff that makes it beneficial to the fans that are basically funding your operation. They get some get back out of that. So OnlyFans was like, we're here for OnlyFans. We're here to do this. We want to get into this space too. And the girls was like, say less, say less. You know what? I just thought about. I wonder who was that first girl that said, you know what? I'm gonna see what happens here. Will they take me down if I show ass? And she probably was running it up, and the rest of them came through. It was like, hey, because really, OnlyFans popped off the most during like peak pandemic.
Yeah.
Folks were stuck at home. Yeah. Couldn't hit the strip club. Couldn't go to the sneaky link. You had to get it how you live. A lot of people lost their jobs.
I think that's why they postponing it too. Numbers are going up.
Man,
It's about to be winter. People gonna be in the house.
listen, man.
They gonna need that content.
You know?
You know.
Yeah, they
Pornhub, not Pornhub. Well, OnlyFans should be praised though. OnlyFans got women naked that people never thought they would see naked. You know what I mean? It needs to be praised.
And it's putting a lot of people through.
COVID got women naked that they never thought would see naked.
Yeah,
Facts.
it's helping put people through college too and pay off their student loan debts. You know, there was that New York EMT that went viral. She was trying to make ends meet. So
Listen,
can't knock
man.
the hustle.
Look, I'm like, so obviously, like there was uproar. They were saying, you know, you used sex workers, amateur porn stars, to elevate your platform, and then now that you've secured all this funding, now you want to cast us away. I guess there's some merit there, but I mean, are you gonna say that you really thought that you were gonna be upheld as like valuable if that's your content? I mean, end of the day, as valuable as that content is as a person, maybe it's just society rules, and maybe it's something that should change in ways. But listen, if you're a porn star, you're never going to be held as like valuable. You'll be used up, but you're never going to be held as valuable. Like, nah, it's not going to happen.
I think that was like some of the initial appeal of OnlyFans, though, like to porn stars, like coming from the actual industry itself. Like, because I've read articles about how treatment was just like terrible, like abuse, like full on rape, borderline rape, knocking, pulling things off in the middle of the recording, saying, "Hey, you cool with this?" Nah, really? Oh, too late. Okay, cool. And so
You think those
only,
are real?
huh?
You think those are real? When they
Yeah. There's like some pretty harrowing accounts out there, like forced like anal resulting like blood and shit like that. Like
What?
there's some Vice stories like pretty like a pretty deep dive into it. It's tough to read. Anyway, so like some of those big stars were able to come to OnlyFans and give a 20% cut to the company, but they're keeping 80% for themselves, which is like more than they ever had, doing fewer scenes, fewer partners, nothing that they're not comfortable with. Like, it was a sense of empowerment. And so,
Because in line with that, it's good you said that. A lot of women who get into doing porn movies, they get paid like whatever their little fee is, especially if they're not like super famous.
Right.
They're not getting a gang of money.
right.
But a lot of times the people that do these, they don't really make a lot of money off of selling it. But they'll get ad money because they own it, and they'll put it on these porn sites, streaming sites. So they're making all the money. Mia Khalifa. She did a few movies and got out the game, and she was like, she only really made about 15 grand. all the millions and millions of people who know who she is and seen her videos and watched her get any and everything done to her, she don't get no money off of that.
Facts.
But the production companies, they make all the money off of it. And these girls, they like, look, somebody turns 18 every day. They cycle them out. Cycle them out.
That's terrible.
Man,
when you
it's
phrase it like
dude.
that, fuck.
Their
It's
shelf life is shorter
man.
than a basketball player.
They're worse than running backs.
Yeah.
But
I think the average length of a porn star's career is like a year, something like
if that,
Yeah.
if that, and in this day and age, a woman, because there's less of a stigma on a man, because it's like, oh, he tried it out and that was it. For a woman though, it's gonna follow her. Because we're not in the days of the 90s or early internet porn sites. This is, you do one scene, somebody who knows you finds it, and it will come up at some point. There have been women who had OnlyFans pages who lost their jobs
Yeah.
because somebody sent it to her job.
Yeah.
That's whack. That's some hating ass shit.
100%.
And I mean,
100%.
and that can be even just having like racy photos.
Yep.
Talk about you getting a train ran on you. Now somebody just puts it online and tags you in it. Now your family finds it. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, man. It's. Like you were saying, I support that they were having more control over the content. They were able to get paid off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's one of them industries where you gotta know the game.
I got a theory that Tyga came through and made them feel threatened, so they came back and said, "All right, never mind. We'll retract what we said." Because he was going to start his own platform,
and he's talking about only taking 10%.
Only 10%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, man.
They saw that, they're like, "Hell no, we can't let this nigga win. We gotta get some funding from somewhere."
Because here's the thing: they already showed their hand.
Yep.
They're willing to discard you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tiger could be like, "Let's run it up."
Yep.
This is what the platform is gonna be. Ain't no way I'm getting rid of you because we coming through the door that this is what it is.
Yep.
And I'm taking less. Tiger gonna make some bread. Tiger gonna make some real bread. That's it's up there. It's probably second to prostitution. It's one of the oldest industries, and it's never gonna slow down. It's recession proof.
It's facts.
Yeah.
Facts. That's why it's like so wild that this industry that is primarily consumed by men to such an extent.
Mm-hmm.
With women in their content, like, okay, nah, if you do that, we're gonna report you, we're gonna rat you out, it's gonna follow you for your life, and yet we still want more content from other people, and we're gonna report them, and blah blah blah. Like the cycle just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
It's like I wish to one day live in a world. It's never gonna happen, but I wish to one day live in a world where it doesn't matter who's sleeping with whom, doing what. If it's on video, if that's their choice, whatever. Doesn't mean they can't attend a PTA meeting and still be a good involved parent. They can't be an EMT or a waitress or whatever. Like whatever they do in their personal time, that's their personal time. Why you got to go out hunting, trying to expose people to what you jerk off to, and then come back around and do it to more people? Like it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's
In the soapbox.
I think I think that gets back to like people will do things out of hate. It's like the guy who tries to holler at a chick, tries to buy her a drink or whatever, and then she turns him down. He's like, "You ugly bitch!"
Yeah, you're a fucking bitch anyway.
But just
I bet your
3
pussy
seconds ago, you was trying to get with it. It's like
Men are fragile creatures at the end of the day.
That's true.
I've witnessed that before. Like I was at a bar with my cousin, and I'm waiting on my drink, and there's a girl to my right, there's a dude to my left, and he tried to talk to her, and like he didn't look at me. It was like, "Hey, excuse me, can I get by?" He just tried to talk to her, and she declined him, and he just pointing at her and going crazy. I'm like, I mean, I can move. But then again, it's like I didn't want to move because I'm like, what if he's gonna like try to fly off the handle, And like a lot of guys, it's like that. They'll go crazy so long as they feel like they have the opening to, but they're really they're mice. Yeah, man.
Grow up, people.
Grow up.
PSA from Keep Elevated.
You gotta,
or at least Brandon.
Yeah,
you
man.
don't have to go sign if you don't
Shout
want
out to
to.
Brandon for his porn facts, though.
Hey, man, I like to do my research.
Shout out to the facts. Man.
There's always
Shout out to
a
the
deeper
facts.
story than what's on the surface.
Hell yeah.
So
Real research.
like sports too, like low key, like off season salary contracts and negotiations. That's more interesting to me than the game itself. Like that deeper level of shit that you don't know behind the scenes. That's what I'm about.
Yeah, man. How can I transition this one? Speaking of accepting things, Speaking of accepting how things are, accepting who the people are, and the way things go. You know what? How about you lead us here?
This about
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me sit back a little bit on this.
All right, so let me tee my man up here real quick. All right, so what? I guess a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now. For those who are not familiar, Amber Rose made headlines on the internets. She rose to fame in like 2009, 2010 as a Kanye West's girlfriend slash sexual liberator of the female body and whatnot. So she hosts and created an annual slut walk in NYC, I believe, just encouraging female empowerment and sexual embrace of your freedom, whatever. Anyway, so her current baby daddy or husband, boyfriend, I don't know what he is exactly. News broke, because she broke it, that he cheated on her with at least 12 women. So she went on a rant on her IG story, calling out calling out these home wreckers and whatnot. Certain people saw some hypocrisy there, and decided to tweet about it.
Yeah.
And much like my Will Smith tweet from a month ago that I got railroaded for, Josiah had a tweet about Amber Rose as well, that the women folk of Twitter came at him with pitchforks in hand.
Yeah, that's fair. They were upset. They were upset. They didn't like it. They didn't like the fact that I said, and I quote and stand by, Amber Rose loves the hoe life, and mad at the hoes for hoeing it up.
Stop! Just do something else! Just, God damn it!
Check this out. Let me straighten up right now. Amber Rose is a sexually liberated woman. Props. Amber Rose is a woman who embraces, pushes forth, supports women who are free with their bodies. Props. Amber Rose is a woman who is she's the queen of the hoes. I mean that doesn't make her what we would call a whore.
With the hard R.
With the hard R.
Yeah, I love y'all's
We're
hard
not
R's
going
out
hard
there.
R, but she's embraced hoe is life, right? Slut walk. Now let's backtrack what the slut walk is. Does either of you know where that started from?
Some type of slut shit. I don't know.
Let's say we don't.
Yeah.
In Toronto, there were women being raped. The chief of police said, well, maybe if they didn't dress like hoes, they wouldn't get raped. So in Toronto, a woman who saw that said, well, if you're going to say that what we wear means that we deserve what happened to us, we're going to wear what we want to throw it in your face. But it's more so of saying, like, it was called a slut walk because you're saying that we're sluts because of how we're dressed. Yeah. It was nothing to do with actions. Amber Rose saw that, her and whatever supporters that she had, and they decided we're going to adopt that. They're going to colonize that.
There you go.
And say, you know what, the slut walk is now about saying I can smash who I want, however many I want. I can hoe it up if I want. And you know what? You are right. You can do what you want. You can hoe it up all you want. But right on damn time, man. Right on damn time. You can hoe it up all you want. You are free to do so. But if you are embracing that hoeing is life and being a hoe or being a slut or being whatever you want to call that is cool, you got to know what come with that. You know what these hoes do.
You know what these hoes do?
You the queen.
Yeah.
You are their leader. You are the Martin Luther King of hoes. You are the Malcolm X of hoes. You are the Rosa Parks of hoes. You know what come with this.
Man, you can't say nothing.
Turns out her husband like hoes too.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Fact.
Her husband like hoes too.
True.
And now all of a sudden you ain't like that it came back to your doorstep. Hey, I'm not here to tell somebody to live their life out of being a certain way for social acceptance. I tell people do what you want to do. Just accept what come with that.
That's real.
It may not have the dangers of gangbanging, but it's the same principle. If you go into that, you know what come with it, so you got to accept that.
Facts.
If you decide that you want to be a police officer, you know what come with that.
That's real. That's deep.
Now, a lot of people don't accept that because they come out there and they just be scared and they do shit and people end up dying. Those are people that were not prepared. They should have never gotten to that life. You got people that get into gangbanging and then when the shit get thick, now they wasn't ready for that life and now they telling. You got people that get into they'll probably go to school and they can get all the knowledge of doing finances and then they become a CPA and then, oh shit, all my clients got audited. I wasn't really ready for these numbers. They should have knew what come with that. No different than embracing the whole life. When you surround yourself with hoeing and you swim in them hoe waters, them waves gonna hit you.
The whole Atlantic Ocean.
So, simply put, my message for Amber Rose or anybody that embraces the whole life, hoes gonna be hoes.
So you're not apologizing? Is that what you're saying?
Not only will I not apologize, I will stand by what I said. And I will forever say that nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody is shedding tears for Amber Rose or any other hoes, that rhymed, for ending up in what happens when you hoeing. Now, let's say if this was not Amber Rose, just somebody who met somebody and lived a regular quote-unquote life and didn't embrace the whole life and didn't do all this. Hey, you didn't ask for that. You weren't part of what comes with that. Damn, that's sad. That's messed up. Now, it doesn't mean that he was right for cheating. You just should have been prepared for what came with this.
I mean, counterpoint, though.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going, but go ahead.
Counterpoint, though. I mean, she was living that regular life, though.
Was she?
Never mind.
Yeah, she's...
No.
Was she?
She's in a committed relationship, raising a child with this person, okay? So no matter what she encourages other people to do, she's not out there in these streets doing whatever she's going to do. She's committed to this one man, raising a child, and this man goes off and starts hoeing it up.
Cleaned up for IG, but the stench is on her.
I mean...
False advertising. You can't promote something and then be liberated for other people, but you stop living it, so it's wrong for you, but not other people?
There's a difference between encouraging people to be free and liberated and encouraging people to be disloyal and cheat.
She
didn't say, "Hey, go out and fuck married men."
Married.
Huh?
She ain't say that though. She didn't say that. She didn't.
You got to specify to that extent.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, if she was fucking while she was married, she would still say, "Oh, it's because I live this free lifestyle." right?
Of her,
So- and nobody was that or not.
Amber Rose, in her defense, I'll play the devil's advocate here. In her defense, she has had several high-profile relationships, and when those ended, it wasn't because she was out there hoeing it up. Like when she was with Kanye, she wasn't cheating on Kanye. Kanye left her for other people, whatever. When she was with Wiz, they got married, okay, and divorced for whatever reason. Had a kid there too, but I don't think cheating was the reason. And now with this dude, she got cheated on. So
Wiz was cheating.
based on based on her track record, it seems to me that in a relationship, she seems to be a pretty loyal person, and I don't think it's wrong to expect that loyalty in return, no matter how liberated you may be while single.
Do you expect that even while in a now again, he was wrong,
Yes, and the women were wrong,
and the women
but at the same time,
the women don't owe her nothing.
I was about to say that they don't owe her a damn thing.
Should she be mad at the women for being hoes when she promoted and gave a spotlight to embracing the hoe life?
I think
That
she
part.
has a right to be upset, yes, because they were being hoes with a man that they knew was in a committed relationship, engaged and married. I don't know what their status is.
So now there's
with
rules
the kid.
for hoeing.
There's whole rules.
Hey, I mean, I'm not well versed in the
terms and
whole handbook.
conditions.
You know, I'm not going to say that. But as the wronged party, if I was in that situation, I would lash out at everybody involved too. Yeah, doesn't matter what I said in the past. Okay, if my track record suggests that in a relationship I am a loyal person, then I would expect that same loyalty in return. And if people violate that, whether that's the partner or the subsequent hoes involved, yes, I will be mad at all of them involved. I don't think she's being hypocritical by saying, hey, don't fuck my man, because that's her man. She says there's plenty of other dudes out here who are single or whatever, or if they have a woman, maybe you don't know they have a woman, but I'm a high-profile person. He's a high-profile person. You know he's with me. You know we have a child together, and you still chose to fuck him. That's where she's upset, and I can get on board with that.
It's the whole lifestyle, man.
Man.
You get what comes with it.
Listen, man, I feel like anything that you embrace, anything that you align yourself with, you got to be prepared.
She's
for
never
everything.
aligned herself with home wrecking, though. That's where the line is drawn.
Hoes wreck homes, man. Hoes
Yes.
wreck homes.
Not all hoes, though. It's a square in the rectangle argument, all right? All homewreckers may be hoes, but all hoes ain't homewreckers.
Good hoes are not homewreckers. Bad hoes are homewreckers.
This way somewhere.
But the hoes are still hoes.
Can't turn the hoe into a housewife.
Yeah.
Hoes don't act right.
So, okay, so then by that logic, all right, let me ask y'all this question. So, are y'all saying that a woman who has a past of sexual liberation and freedom, she is not capable of settling down and being a loyal housewife?
I'm saying no. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if it were to happen, if the man in that relationship, the husband, were to cheat, you can't have an issue with the woman. Your husband, he should know better. But those women just living the lifestyle that you lived. You know what I mean? That just comes with the territory. Same thing with
I feel like if you support or embrace or promote the lifestyle of hoeing, then you should know that can come to your door. Yes, you are free and you are right to be upset at the man who supposedly committed to you and then violated that commitment. But for those that live that lifestyle, who's out there, you know that they come around. It's like when people say, I made a mistake. I cheated. I made a mistake. It's not a mistake. You didn't trip and fall into it. You made a conscious decision and choice to do that.
Facts.
second
That's
degree
facts.
cheating. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you chose that. So no, she shouldn't be mad at the women. That's the main point that I had. Don't be mad at the women for being the hoes that you encourage them to be free. They don't belong to anybody, and they probably don't. And I would assume that they don't believe that anybody belongs to anybody. They're free to hoe it up. He's free to hoe it up. That's on you if you decide to be with him or stay with him.
Yeah.
You get caught in the middle of that.
I agree that the women don't owe her anything. I agree that they are free to do what they want with whom they please. But I disagree. This is what you're saying. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I disagree with the notion that because Amber Rose has a past or a track record of preaching, do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with whom you want to do it, that she somehow like deserves what happened to her or can't be upset about what happened to her.
As a whole, that's not. No, she can be upset, but I mean, for the women who did it to her, she can't hold any ill will. You know what I mean, towards them. Her husband, like I said, that's a beef. But for those women, they're living the Bible that she wrote.
So if she lived her life saying, "Hey, ladies, don't have sex outside of a committed relationship, blah blah blah," or whatever, don't have sex with more than 2 people in 5 years, whatever kind of chaste lifestyle you want to say, right? Okay, and then the same thing happened where her man had 12 different women. Could she be mad at those women then?
I would say be mad at the husband primarily, and she would have more of a leg to stand on to look at those women in a way that says, like, you're doing something that's disgusting. You're doing this free sex life thing. You're messing with people no matter what. You're whatever. She would have a leg to stand on to look at them that way. Still, her primary anger should be focused at the husband, because still, no matter what, those women don't owe her anything. You know, unless it was somebody that she confided in and had trust in, and that person broke that trust. If they don't know you, they don't owe you anything. No matter who Amber Rose is. The fact that she embraced and promoted being free sexually, be with whoever you want, however you want, whenever you want, however many people you want, it's like, what leg do you really have to stand on to be mad at these women who are living this life that you've also promoted?
See, that sounds
I don't know.
That sounds kind of contradictory to me, because if you say they don't know you, so they don't owe you. Regardless of what she's preaching, whether it's do who you want to do,
I think it's her acceptance of the fact that it happened is where I land on. Like, you know that these women are out here and you've promoted that lifestyle.
But the women will be out there regardless of whether she promoted it or not, though.
Right.
So the end result would still be the same regardless of what her past was, whether she was for it or against it. They still wouldn't owe her anything.
Is this the dude, this green haired dude?
Green haired dude. Oh, I don't know.
That's
Probably.
the dude we're talking about?
Let me see.
Might be.
Yes.
This nigga got 12 bitches? No offense.
13, apparently, including her. But yeah, so regardless of what she was talking about, I mean, the women still wouldn't have any change relationship in regard to her. They either know her or they don't. In this case, I don't think they do. Right? So I feel like the anger level or the resentment level would be equivalent. I don't think she has more of a leg to stand on because she was saying, hey, be a hoe. End result's the same. So that's where I'm getting kind of confused, you know? Like, it's like you're trying to say, hey, because you were on board with this, you deserve what happened to you. And if you weren't on board with it, then we would feel more sorry for you. And I don't understand that.
I wouldn't say it's deserve. And maybe it comes off as deserve, but I think that when you promote something and then that thing comes back to you and now you feel wronged by that thing, there's less sympathy for you.
Yes.
less empathy for you. I feel for anybody who has a wrecked home, because I mean, I wouldn't want that in my life. And I know people who have had that. But there's less empathy when you embrace a certain lifestyle that comes back around to you. I don't think it's so much about deserve. I don't think anybody deserves to just be lied to or treated wrongly.
Yeah.
Right.
And that getting outside of the jokes of it all, where it all kind of started at, I'm still
a lot of jokes.
I'm still gonna ride with it,
man. Still, that horse tweet, still, that shit still cracks me up. That entire thing. Oh my god! I found the tweets.
Okay, yeah.
If you want it verbatim.
Yes. This is it.
All right. This woman, her first response to your original tweet. Y'all are either stupid or know fully well that's not ever what was meant by owning one's sexuality, and neither one is a great look. And you talk about resorting to name calling, and it's not a resort, it's an apt description, beloved. If I had 4 hooves and said nay, I'd expect you to call me a horse. He said, but you don't, so I won't. And she said, so we agree. And your response, just because you're not a horse doesn't mean your other point is true. But if you want it to be true, then yes, you are a horse. I could not breathe for like a minute, bro. I was dying. If you want it to be true, yes, you are a horse.
Damn.
Oh man, that was like, that's when I reached like peak Twitter. That I was zoned in.
Trending after that?
I mean, there was a lot of impressions on that tweet.
There were a lot of impressions.
It's like
when I first searched
Damn.
Amber Rose on Twitter, your tweet was the first one at first. Eventually, it got pushed down, but for a good minute, it was up there. I was like, "Oh man, this man's doing numbers right now."
Hey man,
let me go read these responses, and I saw that one. I was like, "Oh my god,
yeah, straight villain status."
Yeah,
man, it was fun, man, and that's that. Yeah, man, I'm not sorry though. That's what it all comes down to. Hopefully, their family can be, fixed or whatever. But hey, man, listen, hoe is life.